Welcome everybody, welcome to another video. It's Friday, April 11, and we are looking at the post-market situation. Quick disclaimer, this is not a suggestion for you to buy, sell, or hold any securities, any stocks, or anything that you are trading. This video is for learning purposes only. We're going to start with AirCanada. We know that from before, as I explained, so we have this consolidation area from $26 to $13. As I mentioned in the beginning of the month, in the beginning of this week, pardon me, is that I was expecting to see this candle right here, so we can clearly see that the sell-off was happening here. So sellers were completely in control. And I was expecting the bounce around $13, which actually is happening right now. For the first time after this whole fall, like a huge fall over here and sellers being in control, we can see finally some bulls or buyers coming into this area. Even though there's so many good news were announced by AirCanada or the banks, it still wasn't enough to move the markets in a positive in our direction. We can see again, as I mentioned, we are stumbling between these two areas, so we are still in this consolidation. The price did break out of here. As you can see, this wick here is broken out of this $13, but the sellers were not anymore in control. They were not able to hold the price below. I didn't expect for the price to close anywhere there. We went all the way down to 12, I think 67. That was the, let's take a look when I see here. So the low was 12.69, I apologize. And then bulls pushed the price back up. So many news were announced, as you can see. We have new schedules that were released by AirCanada. The National Bank cut the price ahead of the quarter one financial results. The price of the target price, pardon me, for AirCanada stock was lowered from $24 to $21. So not that as greatest news, but we had some news, and those news are usually movers as far as the stocks or any currencies. And with these tariffs and playing in up and down, like it's just market is very unpredictable right now. I still believe that this is the bottom line as far as this stock, and that buyers are going to show their hand as they are right now. Let's go switch to daily chart. I'm just going to show you why I'm thinking that. Okay, so as you can see here, we are falling all the way down, and we had this price breakout all the way to 12.69, as I mentioned before. Okay, right after that, we had this huge, strong engulfing candle. Engulfs 1, 2, 3, almost 4 previous candles. That's a huge move for the bulls or buyers at this point of time. And then we had this a little bit push yesterday as far as the sell-off. But you can see the price never touched even the line of $13. As you can see, the wick closed off right there. Okay, so it's nothing there. And then we had, again, right from $13, bulls took over today and closed the price at the $13.68. Very important. So what we have here, we have this huge, massive candle here with the inside candle. So that's a great sign that actually bulls are taking over the market. What needs to happen next is that this top of this candle has to be broken by the Monday session, if that happens, right? So if we get something like that and we close with the Monday session in a bullish direction, then we can expect the market to move at least to the next target, and I'll show you what the target could be. All right, so let's see. All right, so the next target will be a $15 mark. That's AirCanada for today. Let's see what happens on Monday. I said that I was expecting to bounce of $13, and then hopefully market will move in our direction. But and it's moving in our direction right now. So let's take a look how strong the bulls are on Monday, and what the market is going to how market is going to react actually on Monday on. With all these tariffs being postponed now for 90 days. Okay, let's take a look at Delta Airlines. We have the same situation over there. We had a $37, which was the mark for me to mark this low. All right, so as you can see here, the low that was right there, that market actually bounced right off that area. As you can see from previous trading, we had once here, twice. So I'm going to circle it for you so you understand what I'm talking about. So you can see this area here, we stopped right there once, twice. The most important, one of these peaks or valleys is the most important area to look for us. Okay, so we can see the bulls are coming into play right here. We have another like a bullish candle that's coming in here. So technically the market is slowly turning into a different direction. We can see here that all these areas were really important before. As you can see here, market stalled so many times. So this was a very significant area for us to bounce. What we are waiting for, or what I'm expecting to do, is same as AirCanada. It's got pretty much the same picture as you can see it over there. When I go to daily chart, you can see, let me just clean this up so you can see what I'm talking about. All right. Okay, and so we have here, we had this significant area, $37. You can see that what market did here is actually it gave us amazing opportunity, first of all, to jump into trade on this one. And you can see why. This is a pure rejection of this $37 area. As you can see here, we have this huge pin bar that's created right here on the bottom of this move to the downside, and then we had this bullish candle that broke the top right there of the candle, and then that's your move to buy in. Okay, so that's the area you buy in. You went all the way down up to $44 with this candle here, and then we have this same exact situation as AirCanada. We have an inside bar and bulls taking over again today. So what I'm expecting for the market to break out of this area and take us all the way to $49. So let's see what happens on Monday. But pretty much the same situation as AirCanada. As you can see, all the airline stocks are pretty much similar in trading values or directions, right? So let's take a look at the Air Transat. I told you like last week that the market is just terrible as far as that stock, so don't even look at it. But I want to show you the example quite a few times. We can still see that bulls are clearly in control here. We are still below 168. We closed at 153. That's not really the greatest area. We are still below, and we're still in sell-off mode. I think the market is going to give us some kind of a idea where it's going if we close above this area here. So 168 would be an important area for the market to close above. Okay, let's look at the United Airlines. You'll see the same exact situation as I mentioned, AirCanada and all these other stocks. You can see the market was stalling right here. That area was important. The market stopped many times at the same spot. You can see here was struggling here. So if we squeezed the markets, picture all the way to the history, you can see that that's a significant area basically, and then that the market is actually reacting at this 63.53 area. So we can see the last move for the bears over there, and then the bulls taking over with this huge candle here. This one closed 70% as I was expecting it to happen at AirCanada. It did not happen with AirCanada, but United Airlines is actually showing exactly what I was trying to tell you on Monday that I was expecting from AirCanada to do. So we have this candle that's closed 70% into previous candle. So I'm expecting bulls taking over starting on Monday. Okay, looking at the TD Bank. All right, if you look at the previous trading over there. We can see this significant area that I marked at 77.46. Okay, we came very, very close to that area. It's always an area. It's not a specific number, but it's an area, and we can see that was a very significant area before. If I mark it here, you can see why I'm saying that, because look how many times markets actually bounced off the same area there. Okay, had a problem going through this, a bounce again from here. We had a struggle going through this area here, and then now we are back to the same location. All right, so this is showing a bull hand at this point of time. 77, 78 area is a pretty significant for this market to bounce all the way up to 86.98, and then after that 93, 99, $94 if that's possible. So that's Toronto Dominion or TD Bank, okay, in Canada. Moving on, Enbridge over here. So basically, take a look at here. If I squeeze the market picture here, you can see how many times we actually stalled at this area, so this 58, 30, 59 area. Okay, what happened there? Well, you can see here how the market was pushing into upside. Okay, so and then we had this beautiful stalling here, and you can see the market stopped here, pulled back, retested. We had this beautiful engulfing candle that broke onto the other side. Market came down, as I usually say that you should always wait for the market to retest. It did, and gave us this beautiful signal here to move on into the upside. Okay, we bounced exactly from this 58, 30, 59 area, and now again bulls are showing same exact point that they're trying to push the market again to the upside. What will be our target here? Well, that will be about $66. That will be the area that we will be looking maybe for some easing off of the bulls, or even continuation if it breaks that area and continues with the bullish candles from there. Okay, so let's move on. That will be an Enbridge over there. We have a Royal Bank. Let's take a look at the Royal Bank. Royal Bank had the same exact situation as all the other banks that I was looking at. We can see this significant area here that the market actually came to. Then it bounced back. Look how many weeks it was actually trading below this 149.13 area. Then we finally come to that area again. If you look at here, we came exactly to that same area. Market came back, tested it, broke out. We had a breakout right here. Came back again to retest it, and you can see the bulls actually took over again right at this 149 area, and then we had this beautiful signal to come into the trade, and we took the market all the way to 180. Okay, now we came down all the way, well, pretty much to 151, so close to that area here. I'm not sure what showed on the daily chart. Let me see if daily chart has some better signal for us to look at. Yeah, it does. Okay, so you can see it here. So the bears were in control, or sellers were in control. We have this first bullish candle here that did nothing, like it did not engulf previous candle, so this is not an engulfing candle. Okay, so then we have this inside candle. As you can see, I'm going to enlarge it here. So you can see here, this is the top of this candle, and this is the bottom. Okay, we had this inside candle. This was inside of this one completely. Okay, and then we have this bullish move that breaks out of that area. Okay, and gives us a signal to go along. Okay, once again, market is trying to retest this 149 area. We have another inside candle that's inside of this bar here, and then if this top gets broken, okay, with the Monday session like that, we have a confirmation for the bulls taking over. The next target is going to be 168.00, as you can see here on the scale. Okay, so that's what I see as far as the Royal Bank. So opportunity, possibility exists to maybe even come to this 149 area to retest it one more time. It is possible here, but the news today actually pushed push the market into the upside, and all this pause on 90-day of tariffs is just kind of moved a little bit of for the banks. All right, looking at Bank of Nova Scotia, we have the same exact situation again here. I'm not gonna go. If you look at the candles, they're pretty much similar to the ones that we just saw. We had this huge engulfing bar, inside bar, and then we have this candle that's again inside, but it's green and bullish. So I was expecting for this 6603 to break, and then we have a bullish movement from there. Looking at the CIBC, okay, so it's same exact thing, marked here 7635 area, and look where market bounced off. Okay, if I pull the candles right here, you can see the market was there. So you can see here, there we go. It's a science behind it, but you know, you can see that the market always does the same thing, guys. Always does the same thing. You can see that this was a significant area from before. This is 2022, 2021, okay, and then we broke out through that area once again, and now we came back again to test this. This is a amazing and significant support for this CIBC. So I'm expecting, and well, it's showing already its hand that the bulls are taking control. From there, you can see that it bounced right off the or changed direction, and bulls are taking control from the 76.35 area, $77. And look at this beautiful engulfing candle here. When the top of this candle is broken, unless we get some kind of a retest over here, but once this top is broken, we're going to be on the upside and moving into positive direction. Okay, so let's see BMO, exact same situation. We are sitting at 121. You can see that it bounced right off of that. If I pull a chart backwards, you can see how many times market actually bounced off of these areas before. And why did we stall here? Well, because it's already been done before, and you have to understand that humans are trading this market, and when the humans are trading, they have this sense of what happened in the history, and history repeats itself. So this is why I say that these are the areas that I always expect for the market to turn around. And you can see that's exactly where we get these beautiful signals to trade into positive. Okay, Volkswagen, I'm looking at here, but this is a daily chart. So if you get, let me go back here, okay? If I go back here and I put it on a daily chart, you can see how very confusing it is. Like, there's so many weird candles, and they're all sporadically all over the place. One opens here, the other one closes here. It's really hard to understand what's going on. This is why we trust these higher frames. This is a higher frame. This is a more significant frame than anything else as far as any trading charts, right? So we can see here exactly like this was a very important area as a resistance. Then we have support. Market broke out, but we came back and closed again below this $10. Okay, we have some bulls coming in here. This candle is not really bullish, but we have some indication that the bulls are kind of coming into this play. This candle does not engulf anything, so it's very insignificant. I would rather see it come down all the way, let's say, to this 858 or 838 area, the ones that I marked, and get a nice signal from there to take us to about $11 worth. Okay, so looking at the Taiwan and TSMC. This is the biggest manufacturer of the chips in the world. And again, what happens here? Well, take a look. Market was rising. We found this resistance. We came down. We retested it and broke on the other side. Then we tested it a couple of times. Beautiful signal here on this area. Let me take a look. Sorry. Let me show you right here. So you can see that was a beautiful signal after this breakout. So we had market stall right here. Then we came down to retest it again. We broke that ceiling. We closed on the other side. You can see this candle is closed on the other side. Then we have a retest. And then we have this beautiful signal to go long or to buy in. Okay, then we had this inside candle, meaning that market is actually showing us direction that the bears are losing the momentum and that they cannot hold the price below, and then market starts moving up. All right, we had one last retest of this area. Take a look here. This candle broke, closed the price on the other side. Then next session happened. I'm going to delete this so you can see better. Next session here, the next week, right away we break back and we close the price about 135 area, and then the market gives us a nice bullish pin bar or hammer or whatever you want to call it, as long as you understand what that means. It's the same candle as this one here, and the market takes off. Look how many times we retested: once, twice, 3, 4, 5 times we tested this area. Actually, this one is also retest because we have a little the pin on the other side or wick, but the price was not able to be held at that side, and then just pushed back. And then we come down again. Look at that. We had a retest again here at the same area here. And then market again took off after this beautiful engulfing candle. This is an engulfing candle here. So as long as you know how it looks like and what the shape is, it's important to understand that. So it's very easy then to distinguish those and then start trading with the market or trend from there. Okay, we can clearly see here that bulls are completely in control. This market, how do we know that bulls are in control? Well, first of all, how do we know it's a trending market? You can see it right here. Okay, so the market, when it does this, we have these peaks and valleys. So we have this kind of a stairs. They keep on going to the upside. Okay. And then we have, I guess, again, this. So this we can clearly from left to right, that's how you read the charts. We can clearly indicate that the market is on the upside. The bulls are in control. What we are looking for at that point of time, we're looking for this support and resistance area. As you can see, this all match at this area. And the market again bounced at this 135.14, very important area. Look at that. If I extend this, you can see that that's actually the area where we're expecting for markets to continue on into positive. So that's how you read markets, guys. This is how you read markets. If you know how to do that, you will be on a positive side most of the time than negative. Okay, so that's exactly how it goes. All the news and all the announcements are included in the candles. All we have to do is just learn how to read candles and find the support and resistance. That's all there is, and then you're going to be in great area to trade. NVidia, let's take a look at NVidia. Well, take a look at that. NVidia, similar situation as TSMC. Okay, so we have bulls in control. We can see the market is trending. Okay, we had a problem going through this area here twice. Okay, then the market broke out through this, came down, again gave us a beautiful signal to continue on, and then we went all the way to 152.84, and then we came down, and look at that, price closed on the other side, this red candle, and then what happens is there we have now perfectly bullish candle, which is going to take us all the way now back to 152 area. Right now we are sitting at 110.49. That's a post market. So take a look at here. This is a clear example of what market does. Always does the same thing. And we have, what do we have here? So we have a trend, which is number one thing to identify. Number two, we need a support and resistance area. That will be number two. Okay, and then when we get signal like this is your entry, which is number three. And then we have one, so this is trend. Two, we have support, and three, we have a signal at that support. And that's all you need in order to be bullish or to buy into the market. That's exactly how you read it, and this is why this is a great educational channel. And please, thank you for coming here. I really appreciate people subscribing and watching my videos. If you like it, please do subscribe. It's your choice, I understand, but we are here to learn. That's all I'm trying to do. I teach you, how to read the markets, and you can be then in a positive situation and more than negative or losing money. Okay, don't look at stuff like this. Okay, don't look at stuff like this. Okay, this is not feasible. You have no idea what the market is doing with this. Okay, you cannot read market this way. You can see that this peak is not even close to this red line here, and if you take a look at that, it's just basically taking an average of the movement. So okay, candles are something that we actually need to know how to read, and then you're going to be always on a positive side more than negative. Okay, GM, again, same thing. We had the market moving up. We have a retest, beautiful retest here and move, and then we came down again. We are retesting this 42.25 area, and what I'm seeing right now, this is not a signal to jump into trade, but we can see the bulls are coming in. You can see this green candle that closed here post market 43.65. I'm looking for positive, and this would be the first area to look for as far as the taking the profit. So that would be 50-51 area. Okay, so $51, $50. Okay, so Eli Lilly, okay, that company was actually really nicely trending, even with this all these announcements of tariffs and stuff. But again, the same situation, guys. I don't know how many times I have to repeat myself. Okay, if you take a look at here from left of the chart, so from here, okay, if you're looking from here, from this part to this part here, we can see clearly that the market is rising. So the bulls are obviously in control. There was no sell-off. Okay, now we are stuck in this kind of a little bit of a limbo. So we have $960-$70 top. That will be like our resistance, and definitive support. Take a look how many times we stalled at that area. Look at that. Right on a dot. That will be 732.41. That's our area. And what happened at that point of time? Well, take a look. Take a wild guess. I'm going to break it to you fully, but take a look at here. All right. This is what's going on right now. So we broke onto this side, 732. We had a retest, and now we have bulls coming in again at the same area here. What we can expect here? Well, take a look at take a look at a daily chart. Okay, so again, we had the bulls here, close the price below. Then we had bears again push to take a look if we can break this support. They were not able to close the price. You can see the price closed above this line. Okay, then we had this nice bullish candle, and then we had this inside candle. And if we close above 755, that will be our indication that market is going to the upside. You can see bulls are coming in again into play here. So that's how I see it this Friday. Okay, and let's take a look at the gold. Gold is just something that you have to pay attention to that. Look at that. It's a perfect example of the trending market. Take a look at here. Okay, so we had an issue going through this area here at $2,077. Okay, you can see clearly market bounced off this area quite a few times. Okay, 3 times on a fourth break. We had this kind of a consolidation and then a huge breakout onto the other side. And then the market started trending again, okay? We are trending now again, all right? But if you look at it from left to the right, we can see that the bulls are in control, okay? These 2 lines that I marked, those are previous peaks or previous resistance, now turning support. And we bounced off, look at that, like right on the dot right there. Let me just clean this up. This is incredible just to take a look but that's exactly how the markets are traded. Okay, so take a look at here, right on the dot. Okay, look at that, guys, right on the dot. These 2 candles stole here. That did not move from there. It was at $2,956, something around there. Then a beautiful breakout. Market came down, retested this previous resistance, now turning support. Okay, and we had this indication here. Market bounced right off of there. Okay, so that's a weekly chart. But let's take a look at what happened on daily. Did we had this signal? Yeah, there we go. We have this beautiful, it's called a morning star, or however you want to call it, as long as you know that there's a bearish candle that comes down here. Take a look. It comes down and retests this level exactly to the dot. Then you have an inside bar or inside candle, and then this candle breaks the top of this candle here, okay? At this point right here, that was your entry, okay? That was your entry. So what do we have? We have a trend which was to the upside. We had previous resistance now turning support where market bounced off. We had a day of trading here that was in doji, indecision. So inside bar, it was inside this red candle, okay? And then we have a breakout above this candle here from this point here, which was a $3,040, I guess. Market just took off in a bullish. Look at this. Look at the size of these candles. That's what we want to see when the market is trending. And gold seems to be doing this, exactly that. Like 1, 2, 3 stops. 1, 2, 3 stops. Okay, 1, 2, 3 stops. Came down 3, stopped. 1, 2, 3 stop. Now it's going to come down again to this area here to retest. And if we find again a beautiful signal like this, maybe a pin bar, we can take the market all the way to the upside. There's no ending where this market can stop, okay? First resistance that we can see is this level here, which we are right now at, so that's where the market closed. So that's how the market goes. So you have a trend, which is number 1. So that's trend. We have support or resistance. In this case, we have a support. That used to be a resistance. Now that's number 2 for trading. And then 3, we have a signal, which was this breakout of this, basically, well, it can be a morning star, as long as you know what it is. Okay, so this was a bearish candle. We had an inside bar, and then we had a bullish candle, break of the top of this previous candle with the green, and close. We can continue on into the positive. So that's how you trade. That's how you know that the market is going in the right direction. Okay, you don't have to be a wizard about anything. You just know how to read these candles. You can never get the same stuff with the line charts, the ones that I just showed you a few seconds ago. And let's take one more over there. That would be a Tesla. It closed in negative so far. However, if you take a look at this, okay, this one is marked 211.70, so that's pretty much in this area. Let me just move this to the previous low, which was right there, okay? You can see the market bounced exactly right there. So 2016.66, and then we had an inside bar. Again, the same situation, okay? We have the retest of the support, 216.66, inside candle, inside of this one here. Let me take a look, mark it for you. Okay, so this was top, this was a bottom, this one bottom, this one top. It's obviously inside this candle here, okay? And when we broke here at this level right there, okay, we took the market to the next level, which was 270. That was the reason why I marked that. So that was the next resistance, and market stopped. What happened then? We came down exactly to this level here. We retested it with one pin bar to the upside and another pin bar, which is also an inside bar inside this previous candle. This is also a doji bar and the pin bar at the same time. So basically, if we get a breakout from here, we can take the market all again to the positive, right? So that's basically what I see Tesla doing at the moment. That's pretty much, I think, I'm going to go for today. I don't want to make a super lengthy videos. I can go for on and on for hours and analyze all these market conditions, because that's exactly how it's done all the time. Oh yeah, let me show you just one thing. Dollar index right at the moment. Okay, it's fully negative. You can see it hasn't been here in a very long time, so it's being devaluated right now. If you can take a look at here, how many times we actually bounced off of this level, so many times. Okay, and where did we stop? Well, look at that. Wow, 99.57, and that's exactly where you have this market turning around kind of thing. We did close below this area, but take a look, right? This was the previous low. This was the previous low, and now we basically close the price around that area. So basically it's showing me that the bulls might be coming in, and the devaluation could be over at this point of time. This is also connected with the tariffs at the moment. So, but anyways, that's how you read markets, guys. We are just learning here, and you know, I hope you're learning something with me, because this is just the way you're supposed to look at all this stuff. Okay. And one last thing, United States dollar against the Canadian one. So Canadian is rising. We are closing right now. We were at 146.72, which was right here. Okay, that was the lowest for Canadian dollar in a very, very long time. Okay, so 148 almost. 148 actually was the area. Then this blue line represents when the first tariffs were announced. Okay, so that's there. You can see all the indecision. And then we had this low here, which was broken. And now where we stop, where do we usually stop? Okay, in a more significant, this was just one bounce here. So that might not stop the market, right? You know, but the market will stop at the historical levels, and you can take a look how many times we bounced off this area. Very important currency market works. So if the US dollar is going up, US dollar, Canadian dollar goes down, okay, or gains in value, right? That's how we look at the markets. We can see also that we are in the upside, or a trending market to the upside. US dollar was gaining momentum. It was 1.48, and now we're sitting at 138. That means the Canadian dollar gain in value. That's how it's done basically. If the Canadian dollar was losing a value, this would be completely reversed to the upside. Okay, that's basically how I look at it. Well, thank you for watching today. I really appreciate you watching the videos. I hope you subscribe to my channel, and I will continue doing it twice a week, once on Monday and once at the end of the trading session on Friday. That's how I look at the markets. Remember, this is for educational purposes only. I'm not suggesting you to buy, sell, or hold any securities, stocks, currencies, or whatever you're trading or whatever you're holding or you're planning to hold or buy. It's completely up to you, your risk on that, but please do learn how the markets work, and then you'll understand if you're looking at the positive or negative for yourself. So thank you once again, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.